Welcome into the Beat Sessions. I'm your host, Mitchell Weary. I'm pretty pumped, honestly, because we're talking about the brand new EP from Tom Morello and the Bloody Beetroots entitled the Catastrophists EP. They released this on June 18th. This is a match made in heaven. I know most of you probably know who Tom Morello is from Rage Against the Machine. I love being a 90s kid. Feel so privileged to have watched that band come up and do their thing. It was so cool watching hip-hop kids, rock and roll kids, kids that listen to dance music. Basically, everybody listened to Rage Against the Machine. Even people that didn't necessarily agree with their strong political leanings couldn't help but resist the music. The music's amazing. Got funk, got jazz, hip-hop elements, and then Tom Morello doing basically anything and everything that he wants to do on his guitar. What I would not give to be a fly on the wall for like 12 hours in the studio, just watching Tom Morello mess around with all of his gear, trying to get that perfect sound, and then getting it and just being so tickled by it. And that's the amazing thing about this guy, is that he continues to just challenge himself musically, sonically, creating sounds on his guitar, not in lazy ways like a lot of people take, that just are so impressive. And knowing that you can see him do this live is what makes this music kick so much more ass. The Bloody Beetroots. If you're not familiar with Sir Bob Cornelius Arifo, this is the moniker he's operated under for the last decade or so on his own. This actually started off as a duo with his buddy Tommy T. He departed about, I think 2012 or something like that. But Italian dude that's got just a great punk, disco, electronic sensibility about him. I absolutely love his stuff. Recently got into him a few years back. Wish I jumped on that boat earlier, because I think he's phenomenal. So again, I think this collaboration makes absolute sense. You take Sir Bob's beats, and then Tom Morello's riffs just make these tracks so big and so massive and so much fun. This is I can't help but think of Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men just yelling at the rest of us that we couldn't handle any more of this. I think it's good that this is an EP, because it's so big and so ferocious that these 7 tracks might be all that you can handle in one sitting. It's 26 minutes too, so it's a pretty good serving of tunes, almost that album length, flirting with it a bit. But it opens up with The Devil's Infantry. I never thought I'd like dubstep, but throw Tom Morello in behind a dubstep beat drop and change my mind. And certainly they did. It's a great, cool little track to open this thing up. It definitely has that opener feel as far as the sound of the track. So it gives the EP that fuller, bigger album feel, which I dug listening to this thing a couple of times now. Radium Girls, the second track, massive song. What a freaking banger. It features Pussy Riot. There's not a lot of things that you can say on the internet these days, but you can say Pussy Riot. Also, The Last International, Amy Interrupter, and White Lung. Just a huge collaboration and a dope song. One of the things that highlights what I love about Tom Morello, his political sensibility. He's consistent with his message, continuing to deliver it, continuing to open up our eyes about issues that sadly affect us today. It'd be one thing if we weren't subjected to the type of circumstances that these women dealt with back then. But all you have to do is go back to Flint, Michigan, and the issue with the water. This kind of crap is still happening, and it's still affecting all of us, and it's bullshit. Like, we need to hold our politicians and the leaders of our country, the businesses especially, more accountable for this kind of crap. So I appreciate Tom Morello for highlighting stories like this and the way that they resonate with contemporary issues. The Radium Girls were women that painted watches with this luminescent paint, and were encouraged to use it on their lips and their teeth. And obviously, you can imagine just the horrific types of disease, cancer, things that they were afflicted with. And it's sad, but thankfully they fought for the rest of women at a time right around suffrage, when women were fighting to gain the right to vote, were really fighting to gain a lot of rights to have legitimacy in the workplace. And so thank you, Tom Morello, for highlighting the sacrifice of these women. And it's an issue that people should know about, and I love him for doing that. Lightning Over Mexico is the track that follows after that, and this thing it's just got this like slow pulsing synth, just this dark macabre feel, and great lyrics, great lyrical appearance from Anna Tihu, who just kills it. I absolutely love this song. It's one of the chiller tracks, but it might be one of my favorites just because of the style of the song, her vocal appearance. She drops some lyrics in Spanish, and I absolutely love it. You know that I love singing in Espanol. It's one of my favorites. Keep Going, acoustic track, a little on the darker side, highlights a little more of Morello is bringing to the table. There's this lyric in this song. They talk about going down to the crossroads, a.k.a. Robert Johnson, selling your soul to the devil. And the line says, I pimp slapped the devil because he couldn't get my riffs right. I absolutely love the attitude and the fire in this record lyrically. Even when they're getting metaphorical, it's hot. It's freaking awesome. Weather Strike is a track that Pussy Riot and Tom Morello did together, and then the Bloody Beetroots remixed it for this record. So it's kind of a cool take on that track, just a couple minutes, but I really like the way that he carries that. Feel the Tigers. I mean, this song is so cool because Morello goes into a solo that, again, talks about the number of influences. There's a solo that lasts about a minute that I think has maybe like 5 different genre changes as far as, just what he's throwing down with his guitar, the way he's making it sound. This guy is just incredible. I absolutely love him. I cannot wait to go see Rage Against the Machine next year in 2022. Hopefully that reunion tour can keep happening. Mary Celeste is the thing that closes us out. It's actually, I've read some different opinions on it because I wasn't sure what to think of it. It's good. It's not my favorite track. It feels a little lackluster to close this thing off, but honestly, buy this thing. It is phenomenal. Vinyl Please all the way. Tom Morello, the Bloody Beetroots. Just I can't help but hope that there's another collaboration like this in the future. These two and their style, man, it works. Man, it works. Please like this video, enjoy this record, share it, share this video too. Share the record too, share it all. Please, share the love, watch the live show on Sunday nights. We'll see you next time on the Beat Sessions.